So hi everyone, welcome to this video. Today we're going to talk about plants. Well, more specifically, we're going to talk about choosing the right plant for your space. I love plants. I really do. So quick disclaimer before I get into these 3 tips is that if you want a plant for your space because you like the plant, then get it. The beauty in having plants is that you learn more about the plant and you learn about how it acclimates to your space. And more so, it's your relationship with your plant. First and foremost, most important tip, think about your lifestyle. Think about the type of person that you are. Think about, can I commit to caring for this plant? If you buy a plant that is less easy to care for and you have a busy lifestyle and you know you can't water it every 4 to 5 days, the plant's not gonna survive. It's just not gonna thrive in the environment even if it's getting good lighting. Personally, for me, I love plants that I can water every 7 days, sometimes stretch it to 10 days, and that's even pushing it. But I also love plants that show me visual indicators that they need to be watered. So that's something to consider is your lifestyle. And also, if you know you can't commit to caring for plants, get fake ones. No one's judging you. If they're cute, they're cute. You know what I mean? I'm not judging you. Maybe a little bit, but I'm not judging you. The second tip that I want to share with you guys is think about the window. Think about the amount of light you are going to get into your space. It is so important. A lot of plants can survive in low light, but they can survive. They won't thrive. Think about what direction your windows are facing. I currently live in a west facing windows, so I get a lot of afternoon light. I get a lot of sunset lighting. I think about that because sunset or afternoon lighting tends to be hot. If you have a south facing window that has a clear view of the sky, your place is gonna get really hot throughout the day, especially if you have the sun beaming in directly into your space. It's nice because you can have a lot of plants in your space. You can pull some plants further back and not have it directly hitting the sun and they'll still thrive. And then you can also have plants like the snake plant or cactuses and things like that live directly in the sunlight. Even more so to think about is it uninterrupted? Does it have a clear view of the sky? You could have these huge south facing windows, but then you have a building blocking your view and you don't get a full view of the sky. Or you can have a north facing window completely uninterrupted, but you don't get direct sunlight. If you like cactuses and succulents, that may not work for you if you have a north facing window. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to figure out what direction the sun faces in your apartment, get the compass app, point it towards the window like if you're using a compass, and it will tell you what direction your window is facing, and that will help you so much. I forgot to mention your climate. You could have south or east facing windows, and you could live in a climate that's really humid, and that might change the type of plant that you get if you had a south facing window or east facing window and you were in a really dry environment. Or maybe it may not, just considering the fact that, you know, you can regulate the temperature in your home and you could also bring in humidity into your home. But sometimes it is nice to consider the climate of the outside of your home, especially if you are someone like me who likes to open windows. That might have an influence on the type of plant that you pick for your space. For example, for me, I live in LA. LA low-key is a desert. It's very dry and it does get hot. Right now, a lot of my plants can tolerate the dryness. They can tolerate it. They don't like it, but they can tolerate it. I would love to have ferns in my apartment. They're so beautiful, but I also know that I'm not gonna keep a moist or a humid apartment so that way they can thrive. If you are really worried that I don't really get enough light in my apartment, I don't think I can choose a really good plant, you're mistaken. Mainly because I think some of the most beautiful plants don't even like to have direct sunlight on their leaves. So don't be afraid of not having enough light in your place. You can still have beautiful plants in your space. You could get grow lights if you want. I've seen a lot of people who do use grow lights. They put them right on top of their plants because they want their plant in a certain place and it just doesn't get any lighting. And that brings me to my third tip is to consider your space. Think about like how you want the plant to fill up your space. Do you want your plant to be on a bookshelf? Do you want it to live in the center of your table? Where do you want your plant to be? And that will also help you choose that plant. Based off that thinking, I would be like, hey, this plant will do so well on the entryway table because it's only getting morning light, and throughout the rest of the day it has bright light that's coming in, but it's not having direct light touch its leaves. So I know it's going to do really well. Okay, so I know I wasn't really descriptive in terms of telling you like, hey, you should choose this plant for your space. I really wanted to be very general in terms of telling you what you should pick. In terms of me and how I choose plants for my space, like I am such a homebody, but I do spend a lot of time outside and I like to hang out with my friends, and I don't want to have to think about watering my plants every 4 days. So I choose easy to care for plants that also have really cool look to them. I live in a studio, so I also think about how I could use plants to create some separation. And that's what I did with my rubber trees here. Put them together and I use them as a room divider to separate my office slash living room area from my dining room area. And I love how they just look here. Also, I put them here because they get a view of the sky all day long. And as soon as the sun comes this way, they get full view of that sun. So they're able to still blossom and grow and still do their thing. All right, so I really hope that was helpful. I really do. Just because I really love plants and I love when other people get excited about the potential of putting plants in their space. If you still need help choosing what plant you want for your space, feel free. Feel free to send me a message. Say, hey, Ola, I really want a plant for my space. I don't know which one to choose. I want something that's easy to care for. I really don't want to dedicate more than once a week to watering this plant, and I have north facing windows, and I will send you maybe 3 to 4 options. Also, it would be great if you could send me a picture of the space. That way I know if any sun is coming in where it will hit the plant. I just think it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.